Now, if you have ever had a frame sprayed like this one has, you'll find that sometimes you have just a little bit of paint in them threads. So you don't want to go in and just crank in that rear mech. You damage it. Obviously this is a retro 90s bike, so the actual derailleur hanger is actually part of the frame. So what do? Well, you tap the threads. Now to tap the threads, you need an M10, basically tap one of those. As you can see, it's threaded. It has the little channels that runs down the actual tool itself. So as it screws in, so 2 turns in, half a turn back, and any of the crap from the paint or anything like that, or little small micro filings, will all get caught within that channel. And then obviously you run it through, run it back out. Now always make sure your tap is clean. Make sure you've given it a good wipe off before you even start doing this job. And when you do this, when you first put it in, you can obviously, because it tapers, as it shows there, it tapers right at that beginning, and then it goes to the correct size all the way across. So you can generally make sure that when you put that in, that you have got it. So because it tapers, you can generally get it into the, well, this one's been painted so it's not too bad. So what I'll do is I can feel basically where, if I just show, so if I feel that carefully, because of that taper, I can generally feel it, and I can line it up. There you go, I can feel it drop in to that first thread, just there. So that, I know when I start tapping that, it's going to clear all the paint out of that derailleur itself. Now you don't want to be doing this dry. Ideally you want proper cutting fluid. So this is Park Tools actual cutting fluid. So this is great for this kind of job. The reason you don't want to go and dry is because it will just chew everything up, and those metal filings will chew everything up, and it will just leave a bit of a crap job. So in terms of clearing the threads, you can start it off like that, just so you haven't got fluid all over your fingers. I know that that is ready for tapping now, and all I'll do is with that is just drop a little bit of fluid just on those little bits there, and then obviously start tapping it through. 2 screws in, half a turn out, or if you want to go slowly, 1 turn in, half turn out, 1 turn in, half turn out, and then obviously that will flush the whole of that through. So that's what we're going to do now. So I'll pause it, I'll flip the camera around so you can get a better view, and then we'll start. So as you can see from here, I've literally just paused it and stopped the video. So I have already got that in by a thread or 2 actually on that. But what I'm going to do, because you can see there, that's wanting to go, so I'll back that off, take that back out. You can see in there from the actual tool itself, if I can get it to focus, so you can see just from putting it in on that tapered edge, it's already started clearing that paint. If you come around to this side, make it focus, there you go, you can see that paint in there. So what we're going to do is we will find where it bites just on that first tooth. There we go, I can feel that there like that. So always make sure, looking side on as well when you're looking at that it's totally straight, because you don't want that to be kind of like wonky or anything like that. You want that to go in nice and straight. So in doing that, as we said, obviously we've got Park Tool cutting fluid there, so we'll blob a bit of that on. So we'll just pop a bit like that, and as you can see, it's got fluid now on there. So we can go ahead and start obviously tapping this all the way through the actual bike itself. So whichever way you want to grab it, by a spanner or you actually have the tapping tool. So you go one full turn, then back off. One full turn, and then back off. And then you basically run that through, run that tap all the way through like that. And as you can see, it's starting to push all that paint out, and there we go. So it's starting to clear all of that crap out of there. So we'll continue and we'll go right round. So one turn off, one turn on. And then once you get confident with this, it's not a problem. So as you can see there, it's cleared all that crap. I'll make it focus. Come on, focus. There we go. So it's gathered up all that crap there. So I know now that when I put that on, that's just going through silky smooth, silky smooth. Now, so that is basically cleared all of the crap out of there. So what I tend to do now is, because we know that's clean and that's got all the filings and all the crap that end. So before you start backing it out, wipe off as much of that, those little filings as possible from that side, because when you pull this back through, you don't want to be dragging all that crap through there, back through with it. So at least make sure the threads are all clean. And then, because you've tapped this through, bit of crap there as well, because you've already tapped this through, you should be able to undo this by hand. So we'll back this out. Here we are, so last few threads. There we are, so we'll give that a wipe off. And after you've tapped it through, that is what you should be looking at. So there we are, beautiful tap threads all the way through. There we are, nice and clean, nice and clean. There we are, beautiful. So as you just saw, that is how you tap your rear derailleur hanger using an M10 tap, an adjustable or a tap spanner, or just a spanner, just to grip that square end, and some cutting fluid. Now cutting fluid is very important, so make sure if you don't have cutting fluid and you don't want to buy cutting fluid, even if you just drop a bit of oil, that will do it. You just want some kind of lube the crap out of that hole and run your tap through. Make sure it's in straight, it's going in straight. If you can, get it settled on that, just that tape on the first few threads. Beautiful, let's go straight through. Now we know that when I put a bit of copper slip on that and we put the rear derailleur on, that will bolt up perfect, and that's it. You know, you want to be setting the rear derailleur, the bolt itself, to about 8 Newton meters, so it doesn't work loose. Now we are going to put a bit of copper slip in there because we don't want any of those threads to start rusting over time, because obviously that is an area that is quite low to the ground, same as the bottom bracket and the hubs and so on, so it does take a lot of weather kind of battering and so on and so on, so it is prone to rusting. So we want to keep obviously the frame mint, so that's why you want to tap it if you painted it and look after it. that is how you tap a derailleur hanger. If it was on a modern bike, just replace the hanger. A lot of the new hangers are made of aluminium, so they're pretty cheesy. And yeah, join me on the next video. We'll start putting more stuff on the bike. As you saw on the other video, which I'm kind of halfway in the middle of filming, we've already done the bottom bracket, so we need to start fitting other stuff. So I don't know whether this video, the how to derailleur hanger thing, will be before or after that video that features the bottom bracket. So whichever it is, I don't know. On that note, cheers to you all. Enjoy your evening beer, enjoy your food, and happy cycling.